So, um, what is the importance of business processes and data supported by your SAP applications? I mean, I think pretty much everyone here who is an SAP customer would agree that, your SAP systems are either mission critical with highly confidential data, and any disruptions would severely impact revenue, operations, and compliance. I mean, that was nearly three-quarters of respondents reported that that was the role there, or that was sort of the position that their SAP systems played in that. And then another 21% taking it up to 92% said it's highly important with sensitive data, where disruptions will be problematic, but they would be more manageable. Excuse me. Um, Only, less than 7%, and it probably only doesn't add up to 100 because of rounding. Um, but it's moderately important with valuable data, but that's used by some departments, but it's not core to the business, and then low priority. I mean, I think the vast majority of SAP customers would fall into the first two scenarios, and um, that is where we see people identifying themselves. Who owns cybersecurity programs for SAP at organizations? I mean, I think it's interesting because 91% of respondents reported that their systems were, cybersecurity programs for their SAP systems were either owned by information security groups, the office of the CIO, or some sort of combination between those groups, right? So it's either the CISO's office, the CIO's office, or a combination of those two. Um, and I think, whether a company has a CISO is probably to a certain extent based on organizational size. Large enterprises are probably almost certain to have a CISO, or much more likely to have a CISO, and those with revenues, below, um, below a couple of 100 million, maybe 500 million, are maybe much less likely to have a CISO, and they might have the CIO, as the head of their cybersecurity programs. But then, the largest organizations might sort of have to, work between those two, or collaborate rather between those two. Um, but it is positive that, a can't speak, plurality of respondents have security teams owning those programs, as embedding SAP security in IT teams can cause of a lack of a, if you don't have it embedded, can cause of a lack of awareness about broader cybersecurity strategy. Um, so, it is important that IT teams work in conjunction, with SAP teams.